Hello everyone. I haven't been on here for some time now, and I thought I will come up and record something about rejection. This just came to me, rejection, and also again about manifesting. I have just manifested a song which is in my head today, and is a sad, silly, and a bit scary. Why is this song in my head? Do you know this song? Dumb ways to die. All the dumb ways to die. This is the song that's just is in my head today, and I've just seen it in one of the reels. I was just watching some reels, passing time, and I feel like I'm doing everything that I am talking on my podcasts on that I shouldn't be doing. Not shouldn't be. Yes, shouldn't be procrastinating and being very anxious and not leading the life that I would think in the future, oh, I shouldn't have done that, or I should have done that. Probably meaning doing more than I am doing. I know it's been holidays and I have been traveling and I have been doing some exercise, so that's good. What else? I've been spending time with my pets. I've been clearing my outside space. So I have been doing some things, and I'm not saying that to your benefit at all. If you haven't been doing anything, let's say productive, that's fine. I'm just saying that out loud as this podcast is also kind of my diary, very public, but that's the way I do it sometimes. So I'm just saying it out loud as if I was writing it for myself. As you know, what's in your head is in your head, but when you put it out, it kind of becomes more clear. So these were the things I was doing, including the watching lots of reels, and there's such a time kill, but also for myself as Gemini, and Geminis love to learn. I think I see reels. I have quite a curated, I would like to think so. I have quite a curated reels area. So I like reels about cooking, about psychology, about fashion, and sometimes about music. So these are my reels. I am not into that much into like a pop or mainstream celebrities, although I do like to watch them sometimes because I just like seeing their reactions to things. I think the things like reactions to rejection, how they are being assertive, how they are communicating. So this kind of psychological point of view from the celebrities, I guess, is just observing them out of my curiosity and also nosiness of this is how they react, and actually is very similar to how other or I would react. And also sometimes, oh, that's actually very assertive, and you can see how sure of themselves they are and that they have this confidence, and this is something I can learn from. And today, the key word for today I thought was rejection, and that life is full of rejection. Every day almost is full of rejection. We can see rejection as everything around us if we choose to, obviously. And yesterday my cat hissed at me, which she never does, or very, very rarely, maybe once or twice in her now 3 years life. She hissed at me. She's usually very quiet. And yesterday she's done something very naughty, and I got so nervous, and I got so I was almost paralyzed. And what happens to me then is I go into the mode as if I was in a bad dream, and I almost want to shake and pinch myself to come out of this dream. This happened twice for the last 2 weeks. Yesterday was the first time when I managed to get my cat out of this situation, and she hissed at me. I felt very kind of started like, how can you, I give you all this love and you hiss at me. And the other time was when I lost my phone, and I was thinking someone took the phone, or someone has stolen the phone. And this is kind of sort of, you can put it or include it in kind of like a rejection pile, because if someone steals the phone from you, they can consider you as kind of easy victim, or not paying attention or being silly. And this is kind of long-winded, but also is like rejecting you from the group of people who will have their bag zipped and would be careful and watchful for things like this. So it's kind of excluding, that's how I obviously feel, kind of excluding you from this part of clever people, I guess. Very, very long-winded, and I don't know if I've explained it well, but this is the rejection. Other rejections that happened to me this couple of weeks or days was that I had unsuccessful job interviews, and I also had a couple of guys maybe ghosting me on or one or two, couple ghosting or me on the dating apps. That's very nice, always rejection. And also a thing or two going not that great on the kind of private things, my private things going with the law, but also not being able to, or not wanting to see my whole or extended family this Easter. I think that was the first time I rejected, but in the same time I kind of felt rejected by them, and I explain it briefly in a moment. Not spending these holidays with my family, so I rejected it the first time, I think, like that. So I spent it with a friend or by myself in my own company, in the company of my animals, for my own peace of mind almost. I have been going through some difficult turbulences with my parents again, and for my own peace of mind I have decided to not go and see them this time. And this then brought a feeling of guilt a lot, and kind of this feeling of the being in this cycle and this never ending of the guilt, the rejection, the acceptance, the triggering, and kind of this going over and over and again. There was also a talk in at some point that my parents would come and visit me, which they at the end they didn't do, and then kind of this came into into mind that they didn't come, and at some point my mom said that it would be just the three of us here, so that wouldn't be so exciting. And even when I say that, it sounds bad, and I know my mom, she loves company, so the more the merrier for her. And I mean, I accept that until it triggers me again. I accept that because there's no other way to deal with this. I can be upset with that. I can not like it. I can think whatever I want to think. This is the reality. This is who my mom is. That's how she is. And sometimes I think I understand that she is this way, and she's always been this way. But obviously on some other days I feel sorry for myself, and I do feel rejected. And this brings up something that I've been talking about. And actually this episode, when I checked, just out of curiosity, out of interest of which of my episodes are really the most have got the most listeners. So the one about inner child is the one that in healing the inner child is the one that has got a lot of listeners, obviously in comparison to my other episodes, not in comparison to other podcasters. So when I am feeling rejected like this by my mom or by any other circumstances, the job interviews, the people on those job interviews, obviously, because the job interview is quite is challenging happening, because you are trying to impress someone who is a hiring manager, or couple of people actually in different stages, and they judge you, right? You are being judged as a person, as a good fit, and obviously your experiences. From what I know, as someone who's interested in psychology, they are looking for different traits. They are obviously also working on different biases, and I don't believe that any amount of learning is going to ensure that they don't work on biases. I think biases overall are so engraved in us, and obviously the clean of we like someone or we don't like someone, we like the tone of voice or we don't like it, or they just for whatever reason they rub us in the wrong way. So that's obviously that's fine, and I probably operate on the same level. I very often, I think I also had the episode about criticizing an inner critic, and I did mention about the fact that I listen and I'm aware of a voice in my head that is very critical towards others and towards myself. So going back to the inner child, circling back to the inner child from this job interview, if we are rejected, also from job interview, especially from the one that we thought we've done quite well, it's quite easy to go back and take it personally and take it as there's something probably wrong with me as a person, that I wasn't liked. Maybe in my case, I always take it back to I wasn't probably confident enough, or I have been recognized as someone who is probably too nice. And then why am I so nice? I am so nice because I am people pleasing and I want to be liked. And then why I am so I want to be liked, just this is because of my childhood, because that's how I was surviving. That's how I've learned that to be liked is to survive, to smile and to be kind is the way to attract people, to ensure that I am being taken care of, I guess, and all the other things like this. So this is the my child healing and kind of shadow element of my childhood healing. And how do I do that? How do I heal this? I have been doing lots of, for example, lots of swimming, which is like a meditative action for me. And doing this meditative action, first of all, I calm my body down. I come back to my core, and I center myself. And this release the happiness hormones. So all of this kind of work out to love myself. This is the act of loving and kindness that I direct towards myself, to and the physical activity kind of helps physically to release those hormones and balance them up, obviously, to unstuck any stacked energy and blocked rather energy centers in my body. That's how I see it. And then with this, there is another level to that. So calming your mind and balancing your mind with through this body exercise, so that you can more concentrate of what you can do, what is nice to in your life, what to be grateful for. To be grateful for your body, to be grateful that you are healthy, to be grateful that you can do this or that kind of sort of exercise. So this for me is the healing. And also with swimming, on this particular example, comes breathing. So when you swim, you become aware of your breathing, and it kind of the way you are breathing is tends to be very stable when you swim. So that was my little very unprecedented inner child healing, and healing from the rejection. And also then, because it's so meditative and calming to the mind, you can have a different outlook on what happened. And also what came up for me is that I trust that wherever the one door closes, the other opens up, and that the places, people, situations I was rejected from, or I didn't get to be in, is actually for my greatest good. And I believe in that strongly, very, very strongly. The more I think about it, the more I put my trust in the universe, the more I believe it, that these places, people, situations were not for my greatest good. If I was to get there, because I also believe that if I really strongly want something, I can manifest that, and I have been there. And although I've learned a lot on those situations, at the end it turned out that it perhaps wasn't a great fit for me. It wasn't a great place for me. And I'd rather not learn through pain anymore or through suffering. So thank you very much, universe, for supporting me and not letting me go into the situation, places, or with people that I wouldn't resonate with. And sometimes I don't recognize that. So the energy is just pulling me out of that. Is like magnets. Is just I am not being magnetized, if you want, to those places, people, or situation. And I am actually very grateful for this podcast right now, because what I said to you is just something I came up just now, and hope you can take something from what I was talking about to you and it resonates with you as well. As always, please reach out if you have any questions, and I speak to you very soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.